just an hour and 40 minutes before it was scheduled to lift off. The launch of India's massive homemade rocket GSLV to launch a communication satellite GSAT-14 was called off. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, has said that a leak had been detected. There's no word on when the launch will be rescheduled.
GSAT-14 communication satellite on board. The countdown progressed well, and a few minutes ago we observed a leak in the fuel system of the second stage of the vehicle, and because of this we are calling off the launch.
And for more on this, joining me now is our science editor Pallav Bhagla. Pallav, this is the first mission of the GSLV during the last 3 years after two such rockets failed in 2010. How much of a setback really is this?
Well, we should be thankful that the rocket did not lift off. If an accident had happened when the rocket had lifted off, it would have been a disaster. This is only a setback. A leakage has happened in the second stage of the rocket. Really a stage which is tested so many times, because that same engine called the Vikas engine is put on the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle and has been put many times on the Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle. A leak was detected in the second stage of the rocket, which was essentially fully fueled up by then. A leak should not have happened at this stage when the rocket was really being fueled up with liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen for the cryogenic engine stage. A setback certainly, but not a disaster. ISRO is well known to come back from these setbacks and come back and launch rockets in a few days, in a few weeks and months. I was there at the launch pad when the first geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle was to be launched. With just a few seconds before liftoff, there was a hold. And that happened, and 23 days later, ISRO came back and successfully launched the GSLV on its first flight. But this particular rocket seems to be a little jinxed. Out of 7 launches which have taken place, only 2 have been successful. In 2010, there were back-to-back failures for different reasons. The leakage which has been detected today is something which is not known in Indian rockets till now, except for a leakage which happened when the launch of the Chandrayaan rocket was to take place in 2008. Otherwise, this second stage is a very hardy, very successful stage. A leakage detected in time, a fire did not erupt on the launch pad. These are things we should be thankful for, because recall, Brazil had a failure on the launch pad and the entire rocket program had to be scrapped because the rocket exploded on the launch pad. Such a disaster was averted, and ISRO says they will find out what went wrong and they will come back with the launch very soon. But a date has not been given.
So, Pallav, you seem to say that the ISRO is known to bounce back, and they will. Perhaps that's good news. But also, you're saying this happened in the second stage of the launch, really. So, the cryogenic engine had nothing to do with this setback then?
Yes. See, the key technology which was to be tested in this particular rocket was the Indian-made cryogenic engine. An engine technology which was denied to India by the US when it put pressure on Russia, and India had to learn this technology on its own. This particular cryogenic engine technology, which works at very cold temperatures using liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, was the stage which was being still filled up and being readied for the launch. That particular stage did not kick in. Nothing is wrong with that stage. This is what the people from ISRO, experts from ISRO, tell me. It's the second stage which gave them some trouble. They are going to empty the vehicle of the fuel, which is tons and tons of fuel, and then they will check out what went wrong and then come back and launch in a few weeks or months.
All right, Pallav Bhagla, thank you for joining us with those details. If there is a silver lining there, it is that the cryogenic engine certainly had nothing to do with today's technical glitches, which have postponed the launch for now.